Imagine a world where cities float above the sea, with shimmering structures gliding gracefully on the waves, creating a harmonious blend of nature and architecture. This isn't a scene from a science fiction novel. It's a vision that is becoming increasingly plausible as we grapple with the challenges of climate change, urbanization, and the quest for sustainable living. But the question remains, are we truly ready for floating cities? To understand the potential of floating cities, we must first acknowledge the pressing issues that drive this innovative concept. With over 70% of the world's population projected to reside in urban areas by 2050, the demand for housing, infrastructure, and resources is skyrocketing. Simultaneously, rising sea levels threaten coastal cities, putting millions at risk of flooding and displacement. According to a report by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, if current trends continue, sea levels could rise by more than 2 feet by the end of this century. This alarming statistic underscores the urgency for solutions that not only accommodate growing populations but also protect them from the ravages of climate change. Floating cities present a compelling answer to these challenges. These innovative urban environments are designed to rise and fall with the tides, providing a safe haven for inhabitants while minimizing the impact on marine ecosystems. The concept of floating architecture is not entirely new. It has roots in traditional cultures, such as the stilt houses of Southeast Asia and the floating gardens of the Aztecs. However, modern advancements in engineering, materials science, and sustainable design are paving the way for a new generation of floating urban developments. One of the most ambitious projects in this realm is the Oceanic City, a prototype floating city designed to accommodate up to 10,000 residents. Developed by the architectural firm Bjarke Ingels Group, BIG, in collaboration with Oceanics and UN Habitat, this visionary project aims to create a self-sustaining community that harnesses renewable energy, manages waste efficiently, and integrates seamlessly with the marine environment. Each floating platform is designed to be modular, allowing for expansion and adaptation as needs change over time. This flexibility is crucial in a world where climate conditions and population dynamics are in constant flux. However, the realization of floating cities goes beyond architectural innovation. It requires a paradigm shift in how we think about urban planning and governance. Traditional city infrastructures are often rigid and slow to adapt, leading to inefficiencies and resource waste. Floating cities, on the other hand, demand a more dynamic approach to urban management. They must integrate advanced technologies, such as AI-driven city planning, to optimize resource allocation, transportation, and energy use. Smart cities of the future will rely on data-driven insights to create responsive environments that cater to the needs of their inhabitants. Moreover, the construction of floating cities raises important questions about environmental sustainability. The materials used in these developments must be carefully selected to minimize ecological impact. Innovations such as self-healing concrete, which can repair its own cracks, and 3D-printed structures made from recycled materials offer exciting possibilities for reducing the carbon footprint of construction. Additionally, floating cities can incorporate green architecture principles, such as vertical gardens and renewable energy sources, to create self-sufficient ecosystems that thrive in harmony with nature. Yet, despite the promise of floating cities, there are significant challenges to overcome. The engineering and construction of these structures present unique hurdles, particularly in terms of stability and safety. Floating platforms must be designed to withstand extreme weather conditions, from hurricanes to tsunamis, while ensuring the comfort and security of their residents. Furthermore, the legal and regulatory frameworks governing maritime territories are complex and often outdated. Establishing governance structures that address issues such as land ownership, resource management, and environmental protection will be crucial to the success of floating cities. Public perception also plays a vital role in the acceptance of floating cities. Many people may view them as a luxury reserved for the elite, rather than a viable solution for urbanization and climate resilience. It is essential to engage communities in the planning process, ensuring that floating cities are inclusive and accessible to all. This means prioritizing affordable housing, equitable resource distribution, and community engagement in decision-making. As we explore the potential of floating cities, it is important to consider the lessons learned from past urban developments. History is replete with examples of ambitious projects that failed to deliver on their promises, often due to a lack of foresight and community involvement. The infamous Sky City in China, which aimed to house 30,000 residents in a single building, faced numerous challenges, including logistical issues and public skepticism, ultimately leading to its abandonment. To avoid repeating these mistakes, we must approach the design and implementation of floating cities with humility and a commitment to learning from both successes and failures. Looking ahead, the future of floating cities is intrinsically linked to our collective willingness to embrace innovative solutions to pressing global challenges. As we stand at the precipice of a new era in urban development, we must ask ourselves, are we ready to take the plunge into this uncharted territory? The answer lies in our ability to foster collaboration between architects, engineers, policymakers, and communities, creating a shared vision for a sustainable future. In conclusion, floating cities represent a bold and transformative approach to addressing the challenges of urbanization and climate change. While we are not yet fully prepared to implement these visionary concepts on a large scale, the groundwork is being laid for a future where floating cities could become a reality. By harnessing the power of innovative technologies, sustainable practices, and community engagement, we can create urban environments that not only survive, but thrive in harmony with our planet. The journey toward floating cities may be fraught with obstacles, but the potential rewards, resilient communities, sustainable living, and a healthier planet make it a journey worth undertaking. As we look to the horizon, the question is not whether we can build floating cities, but rather, how soon can we make this dream a reality?